So, did you know Donald Trump is banning words? I mean, words like woman, disabled, and discrimination. You might ask why. We're going to talk about that today. Hi, I'm David Thompson. Now, there is a growing list of words and materials that are being scrubbed from government websites and documents and flagged for review by federal agencies in an attempt by the Trump administration to remove all references not only to diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also to climate change, vaccines, and a host of other topics. Now, PEN America initially compiled a list of more than 250 words and phrases reportedly no longer considered acceptable by the Trump administration, from abortion to women, and including disability, elderly, Native American, and unsurprisingly, the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the list has grown to now about 350 words, including desirable goals like safe drinking water, the mention of which can now result in research grants or other agreements with the federal government getting nixed. Some agencies ordered the removal of specific words from public-facing websites or the elimination of other materials, including school curriculum, in which they might be included. In other cases, federal agencies use keywords to flag materials for further review to ask staff to limit or avoid their usage. Now, I'm going to give you a tip. This is Donald Trump in his best form. This is what he does best. As an authoritarian leader, this is what he wants. You see, many people who are my critics don't seem to wrap their head around authoritarianism. They have a goal set before them that they want to see done. Okay? And they will do whatever it takes to get there. They couldn't do it before Donald Trump. Now they have the strong man, the authoritarian leader in the White House that can eliminate all these words they don't like. And of course, the people who these words describe are now non-existent, right? They don't exist anymore. They don't. Disabled people don't exist. Women don't exist. Minorities don't exist. The New York Times identified 199 words and phrases you can't say in the Trump administration. This includes bias, climate change, female, woman, social, economic, underprivileged, and cultural heritage. The Times list of Trump's banned words, the paper said, is necessarily incomplete. It does not, for instance, include Enola Gay, banned as part of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's DEI purge for the hilarious reason that it included the offending word gay. The dropping of the first atom bomb has long been controversial, but never for being woke. This is crazy. This is the type of people that you have in leadership now. That you have at the offices at the highest part of our government, at the highest levels of our government. Incompetent people, racist people, homophobic people, you name it, that's who's there. And Donald Trump's the number one grand marshal of this idiot parade they have marching through Washington. Let me give you a few other words before I move on. Environmental protection, equal opportunity, diversify, discrimination, gender, hate speech, inclusion, inequalities, LGBTQ, minorities, multicultural, prejudice, racial injustice, sexual preferences, social justice, stereotypes, trauma, victim, woman. These are all banned for him. If you're writing a grant, for instance, which this attacks first, you can't use these words because you won't get the money. You won't. But does that mean the issues associated with these words no longer exist? Is that what this means? Is that where we're heading? We eliminate the problem by eliminating the words associated with the problem. That solves it. Brilliant. Donald Trump's actually playing 1,000-dimensional chess. He's unbelievable. Now, I'm going to go on here. Reports from the Trump administration indicate a focus on restricting the use of certain words and phrases within government documents and communications. These restrictions seem to be aimed at curbing woke endeavors and those associated with gender ideology. Okay. The restrictions have reportedly targeted a variety of words and phrases, example including terms related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, such as accessible, black, climate change, gender, LGBTQ, marginalized, racism, and woman. Words like activism and advocate have also been identified as anti-democracy. What? Additionally, the term vulnerable has been noted as a term used by Democrats to describe those at risk. Well, yeah, Phrases associated with domestic violence services such as gender identity and trauma-informed care have also been mentioned. The administration has also sought to replace the word gender with sex on government forms and eliminate the X gender option on passport applications. The reasons cited for these restrictions often revolved around combating woke initiatives, particularly those related to DEI and gender issues. The administration appears to aim for government communication that aligns with their ideology, viewpoints, and avoid language potentially viewed negatively by their supporters or associated with welfare issues. Okay, let me comment here. What we're seeing here is an attack on the human condition by the Trump administration. Anyone that doesn't fit into Donald Trump's world, and basically anyone who actually fits into these categories these words describe, are the enemy. They're the people we're targeting. These words no longer exist, so these people no longer exist. If you belong to the LGBTQ community, you no longer exist. If you're an immigrant, you no longer exist under Donald Trump's new wordology. Let's be honest, this is an attack on the New Deal. Let's go back to Franklin D. Roosevelt. Many people hated the New Deal, especially people today saying it was too liberal, too progressive, and it took power away from the rich people. And it did. It took power away from the robber barons. Let's be honest, the robber barons of the Gilded Age had everything they needed. We're heading that way again. There was no protection for people who worked in factories. None. Zero. Children worked in factories, sweatshops. There was no environmental protection. Here in Pittsburgh, we have 3 rivers. They were polluted by the steel mills. It was filthy, and in many ways still is. You still can't get all the contaminants in that river out because it's embedded in the soil beneath. But we allowed it because, you see, that's progress. These people could make money, and they employed people. Yeah, but maybe employing people in a safe environment and making sure the environment itself, our natural resources, aren't destroyed is a better idea, maybe for long term. But you see, the Trump administrations and many right-wing people don't look any farther down the road than tomorrow. What money can be made? What money can be saved? Who can we fire and get rid of so that we're richer? This happens all the time. So many people, right-wing people that I talk to, believe this. They've told me this. In fact, I did a video just the other day about how family members turn against each other, how some people don't talk to friends or family anymore. I got comments like, that doesn't happen. Where do you live? It's happened to me. So guess what? Maybe you should wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. So the New Deal, and then the second New Deal, which actually focused more on welfare and labor protections, these things were done to help the average American. Understand, you may think it's socialism, but guess what? Without it, you have fascism. You do. Without it, you have an authoritarian leader and his rich buddies raping the land. And that's what you're seeing today. Trump and his billionaire buddies want to be able to control the environment so they can control how much they have to spend to protect it. They don't want to spend anything, by the way, in case you didn't know. They don't want any type of protection. And of course, we don't want to protect people in factories or on job sites. I've worked for a mechanical contractor, and they found every way they could to get around safety problems. Every way they could. If you needed 3 guys on a job, they sent 1. Why? Because it's the money. It's the bid. This is the life and times of Donald Trump. This is what he has done with all his casinos. I talked to another gentleman again the other day. They did electrical work for one of his casinos. They never got paid. Half the people on those sites that had businesses never got paid. He filed bankruptcy. They lost everything. Thousands of jobs gone. This is what they're trying to do now. So for Donald Trump, eliminating these words sets the foundation for his New Deal. His New Deal consists of not protecting the poor, cutting safety nets, eliminating Medicaid, allowing people to drill anywhere they want, taking down forests across the nation. Pollution doesn't exist in his world. Racism doesn't exist in his world. He just eliminates it by words. And if you don't fall into his categories, you're out. You're a non-person. For all of you people in the LGBTQ community, for all you people that are immigrants, for all you people that are brown or black or don't speak perfect English, for all of you people who need Medicaid to help them with their health insurance, for all you people that need safety nets, For all you people that need protection from those that would take advantage of you, there will be no protection. Under Donald Trump, he wants to eliminate it all. And he's starting by eliminating the words that associate you with that need. Let's eliminate that. It's brilliant, actually. It's brilliant. Get rid of the word. Don't speak it anymore. And those people no longer exist. They have no rights anymore. There's no such thing as diversity. None. There's no such thing as equity. There's no such thing as being included. Because if you're not white and rich, you're not included. Period. And for those people like me who are white and not rich, we're not included either. Our tax dollars are going to be given to the rich. This big, beautiful bill that they're fighting over, we lose either way. Whatever they do, we will lose. Even if it does not get passed, another bill will come that will be negotiated that we're still going to get screwed in. We're still going to see rich people get richer and poor people get poorer. Let's eliminate every word. Poor, homeless. Get rid of those words. They won't exist either. Let's get rid of all these words that offend us. Let's go back to the Gilded Age. Let's let the robber barons take over again, because they did such a great job of destroying our environment and our whole employment system. People died in factories. No one cared. There was no protection. Yet that's socialism. For those Trump supporters who continually talk about socialism, this is socialist. They're all socialists. You wouldn't be here in the state you're in without socialist policies and protections. You wouldn't have the salaries you had today if it wasn't for what happened under Franklin D. Roosevelt. You would not. You would not have any protections in your job. Zero. Under the Trump regime, you'd have no protections at all from anyone. You'll just be a guy that has to go to work, keep your head down, make sure you fill out the forms, that TPS report, and if you don't, they'll fire you because they'll find someone else who will salute, who will bow down to the leaders, who will take the lower salary, who will take no benefits. This is where it's going. Let's eliminate our freedoms that were fought for. Let's eliminate the protections that we've fought for. Let's eliminate the protections for our environment we need. Let's eliminate it all. Let's get rid of the words. No more environmental protection. No more pollution. These words no longer exist. If you're black, that word doesn't exist. If you're gay, you don't exist. You've been canceled. Donald Trump systematically canceling his opponents, systematically canceling anything he doesn't like. Any word that's associated with somebody he doesn't like is canceled, gone. Hey, please make sure you join us in the fight against this tyranny. Like, subscribe, and share the videos we put out there. Hit that bell icon. We'll get you notified when we've released a new video. Make sure you're prepared for what's coming. Make sure you're prepared for a fight in 2026 and 2028. We need people to know what it's like to be a minority, what it's like to be poor, what it's like to be different than somebody else. We need empathy. We need love. You're not going to find that with Donald Trump. He doesn't have it. Never did. Never will. So I ask you to join us, like, subscribe, and share. And please remember, we have a sister channel, Nights Around the Fire. If you like conversation about mysteries, legends, and myths, go to that channel. I have a link in the description box. Please join us, support us. God bless you, and I'll see you next time right here on the David Tomsic Show.